everyone. You hear the bell ring. It's time for your next class. You just finished some paperwork and it's time for you to file it in for your boss. This is what most of us would be doing if this whole COVID-19 pandemic wasn't happening right now. These days, schools and jobs are done virtually at home. We take precautions, wearing a mask, social distancing, sanitizing, and using gloves when needed. But how can we get back to that time before this whole pandemic? How can we hear that familiar bell at school again? Well, it's not gonna be that easy to get back to normal. Many people are scared of getting the sickness still. But we need to slowly get back to normal. Because during this pandemic, the economy was hit very hard, and we need the economy to run properly in order for society to function more properly. The first step to getting back to normal is slowly opening up businesses, which is happening right now. Of course, using the right precautions, such as wearing a mask and social distancing. And the next step is to slowly open bigger organizations like schools and workplaces. But it is most important to take the right precautions. You have to wear a mask and you have to social distance for us to be able to reopen all these new places that were available to us before the pandemic. And mentally, it'll be very difficult for people to get back into their normal routines and their normal lives again. So experts say, control what you can control. You do little things like controlling how much you social distance and controlling your own sanitation. By doing this, you not only help your loved ones and yourself, but you also feel like you have a little bit more control in your own life. And let go of what you can't control. You have to accept that when you're walking on the street or you're in a store, not every single person is gonna wear a mask. You can accept this by being thankful for your own mask, for your own sanitation. These days, people tend to have worst case scenario thinking. What is worst case scenario thinking? Worst case scenario thinking is just what it sounds like. It's when you have all these negative emotions and negative thoughts and negative things surrounding you. And you tend to think the worst of things. You tend to think that the worst things will happen to you. You can prevent this by blocking out negativity coming from the news and online. You can block it out by doing what you love to do, like watching your favorite comedy or reading a book, and so on. But don't be pressured to rush back into your life. Go at your own pace. For example, as school is starting, it can be really scary to send your kids into school right away. But thankfully, there's an option where you can do fully online schooling. So if you're not comfortable sending your kid to school part of the time, then you can do fully online. and let them go into school when you feel you're comfortable with that. Overall, it's going to be very difficult to get out of this pandemic and to get back into our normal lives. But if we take the right precautions, if we work together, we will be able to get through this. As someone once said, things may never go back to normal. You may need to make a new normal, and that's okay. Thank you.